this is FantasyEsque and welcome back to The Sims 4 Vampire Amazon with the Salazar Coven. Before we begin, I want to say a very special welcome to my channel members. Thank you so much for your support. I appreciate it immensely. Right, we are picking up, I think, the same day that the Queen has launched her attack on the ambassadors, killing them all off. So things are a little bit drastic and dramatic, but we are starting to see the evil side of Wisteria coming out slowly and suddenly over here. So what ended up happening, essentially, someone mysterious went ahead and spread the rumor to the ambassadors that Oriana was involved with a lord of all things. She was involved with a male vampire. Now, that got the ambassadors off on a wrong foot, and they decided that they were going to challenge this relationship. They were going to challenge it and make sure that the Queen was held accountable for what someone in her court was doing. Now, Wisteria didn't really like that because she is the Queen, and yet she has been finding over the past few seasons that slowly her decisions are kind of being controlled, at least in her eyes. Her decisions are being controlled by the ambassadors because suddenly they're dictating what's wrong and what's right. They're dictating how extreme she can be with the laws and how extreme she can't be, right? And Wisteria doesn't want that. She wants to change quite a few things. She's already started some reformations, like acknowledging her brothers and making them, or at least she has one brother, acknowledging her brother, making him a lord, those kind of things, right? Which past queens have not done. And so Wisteria didn't really like that every time she does something drastic like this, she's being challenged or held accountable by the ambassadors. As far as she's concerned, that is not their role. Their role is to do the job she's giving them to the best of their ability and report back to her, not for them to keep her accountable. So she got really peeved about that, and things kind of just started escalating when, who was it? I think it was Lady Rowan who came to tell her that, oh, okay, the ambassadors definitely want to do something about this. So the Queen organized a summit. She organized a summit and in a clearing in the forest and invited all the ambassadors. Now, as well as this, she arranged for the army to be mobilized, and she gave Zora some very special instructions. So, as you guys saw, those ambassadors ended up being surrounded and killed off by the Queen. Now, this is pretty crazy because no queen in the past, I repeat, I don't think we've had any queen out of Sheba, Narcissa, Athena, who has gone ahead and actually killed off all of the ambassadors. Yes, the queens have retired their ambassadors and sent them away once their duties have been done, but they have never actually gone out of the way to kill all of them. Along with killing all the ambassadors, Wisteria has decided that she will no longer have ambassadors under her. There will be no female vampiresses taking care of the various parts of the queendom. Instead, she has decided to deploy her soldiers from the Salazar army. She has decided to deploy her soldiers to those various places, and they're going to be assuming those duties on her behalf. And this way, they won't get too much power because they are still soldiers, they are not ambassadors, they don't have these titles, they're just male vampires in service of the Queen, and they're reporting back to the Queen. They're reporting to their superior, the commander, and then they're reporting back to the Queen. They are not taking charge per se. You know, like they don't have the luxuries of the ambassador title and the decision-making process. They're just there to do a job and keep an eye on things. So the Queen likes that much better. It's a bit more of a military rule. It's strict. She's got things under her control, and from now on, she won't have anyone challenging her and her decisions, what she wants to do, and that's exactly what she wants. So she's really happy with that. I mean, all of this did start with Oriana's romance with Art. To an extent, the queen wanted to protect Oriana, which is why she did that, but in wanting to protect Oriana and support her and Lord Art, she came to realize the bigger picture, which was the ambassadors are getting too much control over the crown, and the queen does not want that. She was being a bit too lenient with them in the beginning, and I think she started backtracking a little bit and thinking, wait a second, who are they to keep me accountable for whether or not I have a daughter? They don't have that power. They shouldn't have that power. Why do they feel the right to confront me or to challenge me on my ability to be queen if I can't produce an heir? Like, that's not how it's supposed to work. I think she was realizing this a lot later. So she's gone ahead, made the drastic decision, and I'm pretty excited for the shift that's happened. We haven't had anything this tyrannical, this evil. So I love it. But also, I don't know if it is, I mean, yes, her killing off the ambassadors is a little bit evil, but at the same time, she had to make those decisions because she was trying to bring some sort of equality, just a little bit, in terms of her brother and Oriana, and she was trying to protect them, and the ambassadors were holding on to really, really traditional values of having the vampiresses, the females be supreme and the males be below them. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, obviously, Wisteria hasn't made males equal to the females, like the vampires equal to the vampiresses, but she's taking small strides. She's taking small strides to change their culture, and I think that's a good thing. I think that's a good thing. So we have that going on. Now, another thing we have happening, the queen has gone ahead, now that she's had her heiress, she has decided to officially recognize a cadet branch of the Salazar family. So she's been waiting for when Galaxia and Saphira, Zelda's daughters, become children, which they have. So in the previous episode they aged up. We didn't get to see that, but behind the scenes they have aged up. And we'll try and visit them in this episode or get them to come over. Maybe we'll throw a party for them. Maybe that's what we'll have, like a celebration of the change that's happened, and also to celebrate the youngsters. But essentially, now that they're children and they're ready to move into the castle, we're going to wait until after Sol has her baby. But once that happens, the little girls will be moving in. The queen wants to officially recognize a cadet branch of the Salazar line. And so, as part of that, she's going to be giving the girls a new surname, and she's already gone ahead and done that. So from now on, the daughters of Zelda are going to hold the surname of Dragon. So they're not going to be Galaxia Salazar and Saphira Salazar. They're going to be Galaxia Dragon and Saphira Dragon. So that's what we have going on. And just before I continue on that note, I wanted to give credit to the person who suggested this to me. I think it was back in episode 25, probably Goblins suggested this idea to me. And I know a bunch of people have mentioned a cadet branch in the past, but probably Goblins was the first one to say that we should make Zelda's daughters a cadet branch, like recognize them as a cadet branch and give them a separate surname as part of the law, which would be interesting. So thank you so much for that suggestion. I think 2 episodes back I talked about this, and I said I would throw your name up on the screen, and I completely forgot to do that. Because I was planning ahead for the previous episode, so I kind of got a bit carried away. But I did in that video, in the description, give you credit. But I thought, you know what, you might not get to read that, or people might not look over that, so I'll just dive in here and give the credit where it is due. So I'm sorry about that, but there we go. Probably Goblins was the one whose comment I read and then came to this decision of, even though a bunch of other people have also given the suggestion. So we have that going on. We need to have a look at the daughters. So essentially, the dragon line is going to be a cadet branch of the Salazars, and they're going to be descendants of Zelda specifically. So the descendants of Zelda are going to be called dragons. And the reason I went on the last name, I was thinking of a bunch of different ones, but I decided on dragon because Zelda is a priestess, and she is the vampiress who discovered the aspect of legacy. So that's a form of the goddess, which is a dragon, as you can see out here. And Zelda is the first priestess that's kind of worshipped the dragon as much as she has. And I thought, as part of her legacy, it might be interesting for us to give the surname to her daughters after the aspect of legacy, which is a dragon. So that was my thinking process behind the surname dragon. So I'm really happy with that. Let me know what you guys think. But my ladies, oh my goodness, you guys need a drink. So let's go ahead and get some drinks sorted for these guys. And, oh yeah, there was a few other things I need to chat about. So we do have a few other changes coming about in terms of holidays. Okay, we're all good on that end. Okay, sweet. So, just super quick, Lady Soul is on her second trimester. So let's see, she's got 13 hours until her third trimester, so she's got a bit to go before she has her baby. Now, oh, what's this? All these sentiments she's gaining. So, oh, look at that. She's impressed with Lady Zelda, and she's also closer to Lady Zelda from Happy Memories. Now, when it comes to Wisteria, her emotions are a bit more complicated. Wisteria obviously has positive feelings about Soul, and so does Soul, but she's also festering a grudge against the Queen, so she has a bit of a bitter sentiment towards the Queen. At the bottom. Yeah, so we've got that going on. So things are complicated between them. But going back to Zelda, let's have a look at Zelda really quick. Because, as you guys know, I mean, she's really, really close to Lady Oriana, so it doesn't make a whole lot of sense why the Queen would, I mean, not the Queen, but Zelda would go and spread the rumor, because she's actually the one who told the ambassadors. I don't know how Zelda feels about the ambassadors dying, because if they hadn't known about this, they might not have gotten themselves in that situation. But Zelda was the one who spread the news to them, and the Queen doesn't know this. The Queen does not know this, but Zelda's the one who spread the news to them. Why did she do that when she's really close to Oriana? So, Zelda, as you guys know, has been getting quite close to Lady Soul. So we have that happening, not that it has anything to do with the decision, but she's close to Oriana and Soul. She used to be close to Wisteria, but Zora. So Zora is the reason that she had a falling out with the Queen, right? Because she found it entertaining for herself, for her personal entertainment, to make Zora's life kind of uncomfortable in the castle. And for a while there, the Queen was with her, but then suddenly, in Zelda's eyes, the Queen just changed her mind on that, changed her perspective, and they had a falling out. They got into a conflict over the fact that Zelda keeps picking on Zora. The Queen just got sick of it, so we had that happen. I mentioned this a couple episodes back. Now, as a result of that, Zelda was feeling very confused and upset, because she's been, supporting the Queen all this time. She's been alongside the Queen, and everything's been good in their relationship until Zora's come along suddenly. And now there's a bit of a rift between them. So that happened, and Zelda was kind of sitting on it for a while, being upset over it. And then when news, and she was also trying to control herself in terms of making Zora feel uncomfortable in the castle, because obviously she doesn't want the Queen to get even more upset with her. But I think she had a bit of a grudge against that. And then when she found out that we have this thing with Oriana happening, and that the Queen was concerned it would become a scandal, Zelda thought, as kind of a tiny act of her rebellion, showing attitude for the fact that the Queen, in a sense, cast her aside, she decided, you know what? If I can't pick on Zora, then I can find other means of entertainment. And wouldn't it be entertaining to see how the ambassadors react when they get news that Oriana is seeing their brother Art? So, yes, for the sake of her entertainment, she went ahead and spread that rumor to the ambassadors, and it resulted in all of this. So we have that happening with Zora. That was her reason behind doing that. There was nothing grand. There was no scheming. She was just feeling upset that the Queen was taking Zora's side, and she wanted to basically get back at them by going ahead and doing something petty, because she's not a huge schemer, she's a petty sim. So she just wanted to, for her own entertainment, see how that would kind of go out of control. And it did. It went very much out of control, to the point where ambassadors ended up being killed. So we had that happen. Now, I also want to have a look at her daughters, but before we do that, I have to address this holiday, otherwise I'm going to get confused. So, now that we have no ambassadors, this official gathering we're going to get rid of once we kind of get this back in another row. For now we can't because it was earlier today. However, if you look down here, we don't have any other official gatherings. From now on, the Queen is not hosting official gatherings. She does not want ambassadors. As I mentioned, she has her soldiers that are going to be carrying out these duties across the land. Now, apart from this, we also don't have tax collection because Marigold's money trees, her golden magical money trees, they're actually helping to keep the treasury full, which is amazing. Now, one of the things we have added is the autumn caravan. So, in the winter, we have the winter escape, which is where our Sims go to their holiday home in a sense, and this has been going on since Generation 1, where they go to their holiday home in Granite Falls during the winter time, and it's snowing and all that. So that's kind of the escape that they have, and I actually think before it used to be called Vampfest, but it's changed to just a winter escape, and that's essentially, so every season we have a bunch of things. We have 3 things. Every season we have mentorship, we have a day for world studies for the teens, and then we have training day. And apart from that, we have one holiday every season that these ladies like make it special for that season. So for the winter, we have the winter escape. For the spring, we have the blood ball. For the summer, we have the royal tournament. In autumn, we have the throne jubilation, which is kind of like the crown tribute. Now, another thing that the Queen has decided to add is the autumn caravan. So instead of going to Granite Falls, the ladies will be going to Selva Dorada as a whole. So this is when everyone in the Coven goes to Selva Dorada, and there isn't going to be any treasure hunting or expedition. It's pretty much just a getaway for them. And yes, we might have our scholar go ahead and actually find some treasures around the place they live in, but we won't go to the temple side of things. We'll enjoy the other things that we have going on, like the markets there, those kind of things. It's a bit of an escape. It's a caravan because all of them are heading together, and that's something that happens in the autumn just before our throne jubilation. So once we come back from that, then we'll do our throne jubilation. So that's kind of something new that we have, and I thought it would be fun to add. So the Queen has been making a bit of changes. She's been making a bit of changes. So there we go. Now, we, I think, want to throw an event. We want to throw an event so that we can celebrate the fact these ladies have won. But not only that, I think we want to go ahead and also celebrate the cadet branch of the Salazar family, the dragons, and see our little girls. So let's go ahead and get that worked out. We want a party in the castle. Yep, we'll get all of these ladies to host. And the guests. So we want to invite, look at this, Galaxia Dragon and Saphira Dragon. Oh, they're so cute. So they have Galaxia and Saphira. Now, they don't have the same hairstyles or anything because they are not identical twins. So I didn't go that route with them. I figured, you know what, they have different face shapes, they've got different features, I might as well just give them different hairs so that we can identify them and differentiate them a little bit. So we have that going on. We'll invite Yuki. Oh look, Beckett's kind of aged up. And Aphrodite has aged up as well. We'll actually keep Aphrodite for a second. Should I give her a makeover and then do this? You know what? I'll do that. Give me a second, guys. I'm going to give Aphrodite a makeover, and then we'll invite her to the event as well. Okay, I've gone ahead, given little Princess Aphrodite a makeover. She looks so cute. I'm so excited to show you guys what she looks like, as well as our dragon sisters. So let's get the Queen to go ahead, plan this social event, and invite the younglings. And if we have room, I'll invite all the girls first, and then if we have room, since we don't have ambassadors anymore, we'll invite the males. So we just want a party. We'll get the queen to host along with the other ladies. Now for the guests. So we want Lady Rowan, we have Galaxia Dragon, Saphira Dragon, and Yuki Nox. And then we have Aphrodite Salazar. She's like a mini Queen Athena, which is so cute. She's got Athena's hairstyle that Athena had. Well, oh, she's so adorable. Also, guys, she inherited Wisteria's blue eyes. So if you remember, her father, I think, was Brander Iron. He had the normal brown eyes, like the dull brown eyes, the human brown eyes. He didn't have glowing eyes, but he had sharp ears. And luckily, she's inherited the sharp ears and her mother's glowing eyes, which is so cool. But now we have 3 generations of Salazars with blue eyes. That's amazing. But okay, we want to invite her. And then we have her brothers and whatnot. We want Lady Isadora. We want Lord Art because he's one of the reasons we kind of went into the whole battle with the ambassadors. We'll invite Antonio Knox because he is the commander that helped us win. So we definitely want him here to celebrate with us. And now should we invite the sons, I'm wondering. Why not? We'll invite Frederick since he is the next Lord of Willow Creek. Not Willow Creek, but he's the next ambassador of Willow Creek. So, who else? We'll do Ronald and Beau and Beckett. Also, guys, Queen Wisteria is the first queen to have 4 sons. I thought Narcissa had a lot of babies. Narcissa had 6 children, but she had 3 boys and 3 girls. The queen has had 5 children, and she's had 1 girl and 4 boys. So she is the first queen in history to have more than 3 sons, which is crazy. But okay. Oh, Duncan? Do we want Duncan? I guess so. Let's invite Duncan. Because his parents, kind of Yuki and Duncan, their parents are the ones who are in love. And then do we have room? Yep, we have room for the Ranarain boys. Okay, we can invite everyone we want to, essentially. And look, that was a perfect 15. Okay, we'll get them. And yep, Wisteria's court. And we'll kind of get ready for that. Let's get the queen to sit down in her throne so she can receive her guests when they come. She might decide to get up and walk around for a bit, but we have 3 itty bitties we want to see first. 3 itty bitties. Now, another thing I'm wondering, guys, is whether or not from here on I should focus a little bit more on just gameplay episodes rather than... Yeah, if I should focus more on gameplay episodes rather than written, like the diary episodes. I know a bunch of you guys prefer the gameplay episodes, and I'm just thinking, with work and stuff for time, gameplay episodes would probably be easier for me to do. But I don't know. I liked my diary episodes too, because I could get more story done. We'll see how things work out. I'll keep doing them as long as I can. And if I absolutely don't have time, then I'll probably transition on my own to just gameplay. But I think we're good for now. Also, I feel like the itty bitty has grown up so quickly. Princess Aphrodite, I feel like she grew up so quickly. But oh, here comes Saphira. Where is Galaxia? Some of the children are coming from the back, it seems. I mean, or I could just have our gameplay episodes run a lot longer than they usually do. I could do that. Could have our gameplay episodes run a lot longer than they usually do. Because the diary episodes are quite short. But even though the diary episodes are really short, they cover a lot more time than the gameplay episodes. Queenie, you don't want to sit? Okay, that's fine. But let's have a look at Saphira. So this is Saphira Dragon, guys. I think she looks more like her mother than her sister does. But she is the one with the red eyes. Her sister Galaxia has blue eyes. The family blue eyes. But let's go and let's chat with her. Are you going to chat with her anyways? I think she was. Yeah, let's go chat with Saphira. There we go. I want to at least have a look at all the children before we leave. But Yeah, oh, look at that. So where's your sister? Where is your sister? I don't see her. Oh, we have a bunch of kids back here. Oh, I see Princess Aphrodite. Let's dive in, have a look at Princess Aphrodite. Here she is. Oh. Before we do that, we need to have a look at Galaxia. So here is Galaxia, guys. Galaxia Dragon. Look at her. She looks different from her sister. She doesn't look, I don't know. To me, she doesn't look as much like Zelda as sister does. Maybe she gets more influence from her father. But there we go. That's her. All of these ladies, all these girls, they inherited the sharp ears. I think the only girl who hasn't inherited the sharp ears is Yuki Nox. She got her mother's rounded ears. But all of our girls have the glowing eyes, thank goodness. But look at her, isn't she cute? She's adorable. She's got a short, straight sort of hair. Or shoulder length, straight hair. Whereas her sister has curly hair, and they both have light brown. And then we have Princess Aphrodite, our one and only heiress. Right over here. Look at her. Look at her. So she's got the platinum blonde hair. She's got the sharp ears. Those sharp ears that we love. And she has the glowing blue eyes that got passed down from Athena. So these are kind of, this has been the Salazar eye for the past 3 generations, I guess, including Princess Aphrodite's. So there we go. Isn't she adorable? She's so cute. She's so cute. But her outfits are kind of in the theme of blue, white, and red. So that's what we have going on. Oh, she's so cute. She's so cute. You guys have no idea how happy I am to have our little heiress, little Aphrodite, with us. And I know the queen was hoping she'd get the blue eyes, so that's really cool that she did end up getting the blue eyes. But yeah, we want the queen to be able to chat with all of the kids. We'll wait for them to start coming on inside. And then, can we snuggle your toddler? We want to try and snuggle. Let's snuggle your heiress. Snuggle your little heiress. And also, I feel as though the only person the queen would put on that throne is probably the little heiress. Because she's so cute, and she's at least the queen's hoping, right? She's gonna be the future queen. And I mean, at this point in time, yes, she will be the future queen because we don't have another child. She doesn't have a sister to compete with. So she is essentially the future queen. We'll still have the normal practices in terms of the princess challenging the queen for the throne. But since she doesn't have any sisters, she's probably gonna just keep challenging her mother. Oh, look at this. This is so cute. She'll keep challenging her mother until she can beat her mother, essentially, over and over again. And then she'll take over. But, oh, she's so cute. Oh, that's so adorable. That is so adorable. If your grandmother could see you, she would be so proud, my child. She'd be so proud. Look at how happy the queen is. The queen's just delighted. She has a little heiress with her. Everything's just going swimmingly. She doesn't really have to worry about the throne being empty or the bloodline not carrying on. I mean, she did adore her nieces, but at the same time, it's different when you have your own child. And who else? Where's Galaxia? I actually wanted to... Galaxia's back here. Let's thank Galaxia for coming. So we want the queen to chat with both Saphira and Galaxia. Because we actually have that. Yeah, we want them to chat. Because this whole thing was kind of thrown for them. And you know what, guys? I am actually wondering whether or not I should have these gameplay episodes run a lot longer. Because I know a bunch of you guys enjoy the gameplay episodes a lot. And I do too. I do like the gameplay episodes. Hold on a second. So I'm actually wondering if we should stretch these episodes out quite a bit. I mean, even if it is longer, you guys can kind of watch the footage throughout the week because we have these videos coming out every week or so. So, I don't know. It's kind of what I'm feeling right now. I know we've already gone over time, but I want to keep playing. I want to keep playing. Look at that. Isn't that adorable? She's talking to Galaxia. So Galaxia would have been the next heiress if Aphrodite was not born. But since we have Aphrodite, we don't have to worry about that anymore. So, oh, that's sweet. And then Antonio's here. We are celebrating with him as well because he kind of led the attack against the ambassadors. And he helped us win the battle to control them, which was great. And then Zora did her part. I mean, Zora's the one who gave the killing blow. So that was very important. Oh, Aphrodite just makes me so flippin' happy, guys. Aphrodite makes me so flippin' happy. But you know what? I think I must control this, and I've been thinking about a lot of things recently in terms of the length for our episodes and whether or not to have diary episodes. There's a lot of things I've been thinking over. I mean, I haven't even done a poll or anything to see whether or not you guys prefer the diary episodes over the gameplay episodes. I think I would have to do a poll and just check on how you guys feel before I come to that decision on my own. Because I want it to be an informed one. I don't just want to randomly change my format suddenly. Out of nowhere. But as of now, so when I'm recording this video, it's going to come out months later, but when I'm recording this video, I haven't done a poll. But I probably will do a poll after this. I'll have to see. I need to think about how I want to do things before I do them, you know? For example, with the Generation 1, I used to go ahead and do 40-minute episodes, so we actually got more covered. And then I used to do a little machinima at the end. But machinimas are hard to do now because my game has just so much content in it. It's been going for like, this save file has been around for about 2.5, maybe 3 years. So it is more difficult to do the machinimas because it just becomes a bit laggy and whatnot. And it's easier for me to do the diary episodes. And that's just one way of still incorporating the story. But I don't know. We might be able to still work around that with just gameplay episodes. I would have to think of a few options and poll you guys to see how everyone feels. And even then, any change that comes out might be from halfway through the year. So I might introduce the changes from June or something. Because I have already done quite a few of these episodes already. So we'll have to think about it, but I think we're good to leave off here. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next episode. Bye-bye.